There's a lot of new rumors going around for Mandy Rose, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also see the latest with Seth Rollins, Liv Morgan, and more. Let's start things off with a little injury update for Liv Morgan. So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are coming off their successful title defense against Damage Control from the May 12th edition of Smack. And Liv and Raquel were scheduled to be right back in the ring just a few days later against Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green on Raw. But moments before the match was set to take place, it was announced that Liv Morgan was unable to compete and was dealing with an injury. It was a little bit of shocking news to hear because no outlet or a reporter mentioned anything about a Liv Morgan injury earlier in the day. So it was a big reveal that happened right there on Raw. So that reveal brought up even more fan questions and concerns. Was Liv Morgan going to miss a crazy amount of time? Will Raquel need to find a new partner? Will they be stripped of the titles? What's going to happen there? Well, considering that the titles are remaining on Liv and Raquel, the big belief is that Liv won't miss much time after all. Liv's injury did take place during the May 12th match with Damage Control, and reports claim that several of the women that competed in the match did leave a little banged up from it, including Liv Morgan. But despite Liv's injury scare, it looks like it's not anything WWE is too worried about because they also kicked off what could be a big new program in the women's tag team division. And that's of course the returns of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler have been in and out of WWE television over the last few months, mostly due to an arm injury that kept popping up and bothering Ronda. But when everyone saw that Ronda and Shayna were drafted to Raw, everyone knew it was only a matter of time before they made their full returns. So that's what happened on the May 15th edition of Raw. Ronda Rousey and Shayna appeared for the first time in several weeks to make their presence known by attacking Raquel as she walked out to the ring. And the best part is that there's actually a good story here in place for Ronda and Shayna that writes itself. The story being that Ronda and Shayna won the Women's Tag Team Showcase match at WrestleMania, a match that even included Liv and Raquel. And instead of Ronda and Shayna getting the opportunity after that big WrestleMania win, Liv and Raquel were the first ones to challenge for the tag team titles after WrestleMania, which definitely lacked a lot of logic at the time. But it's something they can now turn around and use as Ronda and Shayna's motivation and story. They won the showcase. They were looked over. The losers of the showcase match ended up being the new champions. And obviously they're not happy with that, which sets up Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And this is something we definitely talked about before. So you have the obvious WrestleMania showcase dilemma going on there, but you also have the bad blood and storyline history between Ronda and Liv from last year, and their constant back and forth battles for the SmackDown Women's title. So there's a lot of story to pull here between these two teams. If we had to pick a winner for this showdown, it definitely seems like we could be getting Ronda and Shayna as the new champions. Ronda and Shayna winning the tag team titles has been something that's been all over rumors and reports since literally the beginning of the year. So it looks like we could be getting extremely close to finally seeing that happen real soon. Night of Champions is just days away and a new World Heavyweight Champion will be crowned. Assuming no other hidden trick or crazy twist is up WWE's sleeve, the new champion will either be Seth Rollins or AJ Styles. Now, when this final matchup was first announced, everyone thought that Seth Rollins was most definitely the obvious winner here. Even though they announced that the winner and new champion will be transferred over to Raw, AJ Styles has his entire faction on SmackDown. So, if he becomes champion, sure, he'll go over to Raw. But then, what happens to the rest of the OC? They just get split up from their leader and carry on like that? That's why fans just assume that Seth Rollins would pick up the win and be the new champion because he's the obvious pick. He's already on Raw, and him winning wouldn't split up any factions. But according to new reports, they're saying not so fast. It's being reported that a decision for who will be the new champion still hasn't been made at the time of this recording. So maybe it's a report meant to just throw off fans and have them second guessing that AJ Styles may actually have a chance to win the title. It was also big news this week when Seth Rollins was spotted on the set for Captain America: New World Order. Seth was seen in full costume and will reportedly be playing a member of the Serpent Society as his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut. So it's obviously big news for Seth Rollins. Obviously, everyone knows that Batista has had a lot of success in the MCU with his role of playing Drax. So it really could be a golden opportunity for Seth Rollins to have this big platform to showcase what he has to offer as an actor. It's also being reported that part of the alleged hesitation for putting the World Heavyweight title on Seth Rollins comes from WWE's wonder if Seth Rollins will continue to get big Hollywood opportunities like this. Obviously, WWE already has one massive part world-time champion with Roman Reigns, and they don't want to have two part-time champions. That's the last thing they want. Especially not after they just pitched the world title as being the champion for the full-time superstars. So that's reportedly been the conversation they've been having for the last few weeks, but obviously we'll get an answer for who will be WWE's main full-time world champion at Night of Champions. Mandy Rose's WWE release was one of the most surprising moments in recent WWE history. One day she's the NXT Women's Champion for over 400 plus days. And then, the very next day, she was no longer employed by the company. Just a crazy turn of events in a 24-hour period for Mandy Rose. Although Mandy has said that she never technically was given a reason for her release, everyone speculates that it probably has something to do with her premium content creation. Well, during a recent Instagram question and answer session, Mandy Rose was asked if a WWE return could be in her future. Mandy had this to say about the topic, quote, "I don't know what the future holds, so," end quote. NXT commentator Booker T recently said he would love to see Mandy return to WWE, and had this to say about her journey in the company, quote, "What's crazy is when Mandy Rose was the champ, so many people hated on Mandy Rose, and then as soon as she left, so many people love Mandy Rose and can't wait for her to get back. Personally, I've always been one of the latter. I always loved Mandy Rose, from Tough Enough to watching how hard she worked to getting a shot at being a part of the WWE roster. She didn't even win the contest, but man, she went all out as far as trying to pull that thing off, and I gave her a whole lot of credit," end quote. Booker T then gave Mandy credit for reinventing herself during her second run in NXT and wants to see her back in WWE one day. So no one knows when or if the return will happen, but the last report that was released about the situation from several months ago said that both sides allegedly had mutual interest working with each other again down the line. So we'll have to continue to wait and see if Mandy Rose does return to WWE one day. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.